Hi guys, long time no see. It is Ball TV, and I am back with another storytelling. I actually had a video that I shot for last week, and I didn't save it, so I lost it. So, anyways, but it's a perfect timing because this is also another very amazing story that I think you are going to love. So before I get to the actual story, this part of the story I'm going to tell you guys, if you haven't come across, it's actually one of the stories trending right now. And what is trending is not a story, it is actually a real event that is happening. And it's in regards to Burkina Faso and their leader, current President Abrahim Traore. So I'm not gonna get into the politics of it because then it's gonna be very long, but I need to focus on the story part. So they have tried, they have tried to basically, I don't know if I'm allowed to say assassinate in this channel. They tried to assassinate him 18 or 20 times already, but failed. But I want to tell you guys a story about how he uncovered one of the assassination attempt, right? Now, this is how the story is getting into. Guys, let's get into the story. Hey, you need to hear this. A little boy, a homeless boy saved him. A homeless boy saved him, saved Ibrahim Traore. It just happened with as a matter of luck. Anyways, so this guy, he's the leader of Burkina Faso. Burkina Faso basically, as is the other Sahel countries. Sahel, basically the border, the Sahel region of Africa. In other words, Sahel just means hot, I guess. Which is the case, the whole continent is hot anyways, but the Sahel, by the Sahara Desert, those, they are hot. Basically, they take the heat to the next level. Okay? Anyhow, so one thing with this president, he's a hands-on guy, right? So he's very hands-on. Anything he does for his country, he implements, he follows through, and he goes and sees to make sure that it is completed and accomplished. So anyhow, so this particular day, I'm not sure whether this was assassination attempt number 5, 6, or 10, I'm not sure, but anyhow, this is how it went down. So one afternoon, he decided that he wanted to go for a walk, right? So his bodyguards told him that, you know what, with all these attempts on your life going on, we don't think it's a good idea for you to, roam around unless it's absolutely very important. He's like, no, don't worry, I'm going to dress up as casual because, if you've seen him, and I think there's a lot of, most of his pictures in social media, you'll notice that he puts on an army garment or army uniform, right? But in this particular day, he told his bodyguards that he just want to wear something casual, like tracksuit and a t-shirt, just something, casual, and he's just going to try to disappear in the crowd, put on like a cowboy hat or something. And his mission was to go to a nearing village, and I think he mentioned that in some of his videos, that that particular village was highly bombarded by the rebels, and apparently the rebels get support from the west. I don't know where in the west, but somewhere in the west. I think they keep saying France. So anyway, somewhere from the west, this particular rebels are being sponsored basically to destabilize the country. That way the multinational companies can just come in freely and get as many gold, uraniums from the other neighboring countries, and for close to nothing basically, because if a country is going through a civil war, that means there is no proper government, and if there is no proper government, then it's easy access, easy come, and you can just go in, mine wherever you want and live, right? So anyhow, back to the story. So so he wanted to go to that village because those villages were highly bombarded by the, you know, not sure, the people that are sponsored by the West basically to destabilize the region. So many people were killed and all that stuff. But of course he did go with his army, and they were able to stabilize that place. And they also gave out, you know, food, like supplies, to the villagers, right? But then he's saying that he mentioned in some of his videos that there is still need, and they plan to go back also to that village. But anyways, back to the story again. Back to the story. I know I'm diverting. So anyhow, so this particular day, he decided that he wanted to go for a walk, but he was gonna pass by that particular village. And as they were driving, he came across a market. So he decided just to stop, and he wanted to hear what kind of discussion people are having in the marketplace. He want to know what is, you know, what is the feeling, right? You want to know how are people doing, because you know, sometimes if you want, and I think back in the day kings did that as well. If you want to really know what is happening in your kingdom, you go in places where there's a lot of people, go to the markets to see what is the story people are talking about, like, because you know, they didn't have social media at the time, not like right now. But anyways, so he wanted just to go walk around just to hear how people are doing. He just wanted to know how his people are doing, because if they are going through hard time, if they are, he will hear complain or whatever it is. But he just wanted to hear the sound of his people, like how are they doing, like how are they feeling, like what is happening with them. So while he was, you know, doing his walks, there is this homeless guy. This homeless kid was sitting like across the market. Like, it's, you know, if you've been to Senegal, some parts of the city, it's a little bit, they have like hills. It's not mountain, but just small hills. So this little boy was sitting on a hill, and with a broken radio. If you guys know that the radio is like, it looks like a walkie-talkie, but it's radio that the army uses. So this little boy had that radio, and I'm gonna tell you guys soon how he got the radio. But anyways, so he uses that radio to listen to news, right? And so, but it's not, obviously it's not very clear. He tried to fix it so many times and all that. So he was making noise on the hill to say that, guys, breaking news, blah blah blah, this news coming to you at 5 p.m. He was pretending to be a newscaster, so that the little boy is pretending to be a newscaster, announcing that people need to take care to warn, they should warn the president there is plot to, you know, to basically to, I don't want to say to assassinate him, maybe that word is better, tonight. So if you guys, anybody that knows him, need to inform him, right? So of course some people are just like, just a little homeless boy making noise, right? And then of course, but one thing with this president, he's very attentive to everything. So then he decided to go to where the little boy is, still hiding his face with the cowboy hat. And it's like, little boy, I've been listening to the news broadcast. So what you're broadcasting, is it real or it is just a small boy playing around? He's like, no, sir, it's not, I'm not playing around, it's real. So he was saying that while he was playing in the neighboring village, he overheard, by accident, he overheard people plotting about killing the president. So he decided to record it in his radio. because the radio has like a SIM. Basically, it is like walkie-talkie, but it's for the army. It's a little bit different. So he's telling the president that he decided to record the message. So he told the president, I recorded everything, I have everything. I'm just hoping that people will listen to go and tell the president he needs to go and hide, or they need to do something. And then, so the president asked him, so if you are saying you heard. Hi guys, back again. So continuation. Anyway, so let's continue. So the little boy now was speaking with the president. Obviously, he doesn't know that he's speaking with the president. So now the president asking him that, you said that you recorded it. Are you sure? Can you play it? Can you play what you say you recorded? So the little boy is like, yes, I can play it for you. I'm not lying. I'm not lying, sir. Believe me, I'm not lying. And then the president was like, okay, I believe you. Just play it. And then the president started listening to it. So the recording wasn't that clear, but he recognized one of the voices. One of the voices in the recording was the voice of his deputy minister, one of his deputy minister. And he's very close with the deputy minister. So he was very shocked, but he didn't show his emotion. And then, of course, he went and talked to his bodyguard, like, you know what this boy is saying is true. I listened to the recording, and I heard the voice of the deputy minister. So please, everybody, let's get in. We need to start planning on how to, to plan against the plot, right? And then he told them, everybody, please get in the car. We need to go. And then, obviously, because he was so shocked and he was very ready to, get into action, of course, he removed his cowboy hat. And then the little boy is like, oh my God, the president, is that you? And then he told the boy, like, you know what, we need to go back to the palace right now, and you are coming. No, before he said you are coming, so he asked the boy, where did you get the radio? So the boy told the president that his dad used to be in the army for Burkina Faso. So I think in the last previous coup d'etat, the dad was, the dad lost his life. And the radio that he's using is the only precious item that he has from his dad. And the president asked how about his parents. He said that because during the war, everybody went their way, so he doesn't know where his parents, his mom, he knows that his dad died, but he doesn't know where his mom is, doesn't know where his sibling is. So he has always just been staying in the village, playing in the streets, and will be, people will help him. He will always go to the market to eat, but he doesn't have anyone. So the president told him, don't worry, you are not homeless anymore. Right now, you are coming with me. You are now my son, right? So the president took the little boy with him. So they went to the palace. So they started planning and tried to find out who are the people behind the plot. So of course, the president had few of his very loyal personnel, and also some of their spies, their spies and all that stuff. So they had to put everything into action to start to investigate. And then they started to investigate, and the more they investigated, the more they realized that yes, the plan is real. And the funny thing, that particular day, the president has was supposed to hold some meeting with some NGOs, that wanted to meet with him. And then, so one of the bodyguards was saying that, why don't we just cancel the meeting? Then the president told them that, you know what, if we cancel the meeting, these crazy people, these, assassinators will realize that we found them out, right? So let's continue with life as usual, and let's see where everything is going to end, right? So obviously, so the president and his team, they started planning on, you know, to still continue with the meeting, but also to track these people down at the meeting. And the funny thing also, the coup people, the people that were planning to assassinate the president, they were coming in pretense as if they're a group of NGOs that wanted to meet the president and they're coming to talk, but apparently they are not really real NGOs. They are just multinational companies that are in Burkina Faso. And now that because they heard that the president is decided that he doesn't want, you know, foreign multinational companies to come and mine. He's not saying they cannot, but it's just new rule because apparently they've been mining, not paying enough, and I think they were only giving the country 50% if they are lucky, and also they are not developing anything. Roads, infrastructure. The last time Burkina Faso had their infrastructure, oh my God, infrastructure made or fixed was in the 1960s, right? So anywho, they had to proceed with the meeting. So now, the time now was like about 6:30. The president had to go get ready for the, hold on. Anywho, guys, so anyways, time now is 6:30. The president has to go get ready, you know, for his meeting, and the NGOs that are coming. And then also his bodyguard and the army started planning on how to actually surround these people and get them. Anyhow, and then obviously they told the president, don't shake anybody's hand, which is the case. Actually, if you see the president in most of his videos online, he doesn't shake hands with people. So anywho, and of course his people told him that don't drink anything, don't eat anything, don't, you know, just a lot of don'ts. Anyway, so they went to the meeting, and then the meeting, of course, they started the meeting. The president was speaking, but then he kept hearing his people in the communication room saying that we are hearing a sound coming, but it's coming from the boardroom. So that means the people that were planning to assassinate you are actually with you there right now, Mr. President. So now they know that those people are going to be inside and they are not outside. So then they told the president, just continue to listen to see where the sound is coming from. So the more they talk in that meeting, someone was actually recording the meeting to some foreign organization outside. The reason the meeting is being recorded, so that when the president is actually assassinated, then they will get direct message, right? So anyways, and then as the meeting continued to talk, so the president started going one by one, trying to identify who has a microphone. So, and I think there was a question or somebody did something, and then the deputy minister dropped his pen. So as he was going to pick his pen up, the president saw some light, you know, red light coming from his shirt. Then the president knew that is the microphone. So he just signaled his boys, guys, it is the deputy minister. So obviously the army came in and all that. They turned off the lights. While people are trying to figure out what happened with the lights, everybody was rounded up, you know, everybody was rounded up. Those that need to be arrested were arrested. But anyway, yeah. So that is how this little boy was able to save the president's life. It was such a shock. Actually, I'm still shocked. But the other thing also, the little boy now has a home. Can you imagine? Living in a palace. That's amazing. But anyways, guys, that's all I have for now, and I'll see you all in the next video. Bye now.